Hi, Rich Radiant Angels. It's Rachel here with a Monday message, especially for you. I'm having all kinds of things with my diva light today. Never mind, it's not about the light and what I look like, is it? It's all about you. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is how to take yourself from stuck to soaring. Soaring. I'm going to show you how to go from drained and defeated to feeling magnetic and mastering at manifesting life, the life that you want. And so I've got 3 steps to success for you. Now, these have been taken from years and years of working with people and coaching people through my healing immersions and through my one-on-one sessions. And everybody at core is the same. You know, especially if you're sensitive, especially if you're a light worker, especially if you're someone who's compassionate, you want to make a difference in the world, you really care about the bigger picture. It's not just about you, but you get constantly frustrated because the drama in your life, the negativity, the pain, the heartache, the suffering, the struggle keeps holding you back from being able to get out there and do make a difference, to do some change in the world, do something that lights you up from the inside so much that you get to make a difference out there to everyone else. And you know, I know there's some of you here that are already doing something that really, you know, helps others. But what I want to do is, I'm part of this new wave of energy that's in at the moment, right? We all are. And the new wave of energy, and I want you to let me know if you identify with this, is we're moving from this old paradigm. And the old paradigm for light workers, sensitives, starseeds, mystics, intuitive light workers, people that really know that we are born to make a difference in the world. This isn't just about us and us being successful and us making enough money and us getting all our ducks in a row. We want to do that so that we can then shine that light outwards. But the old paradigm of that is that no matter how broken and suffering you are, no matter how broke and scarce you are, you are still shining your light out there. And yet every time you do shine your light out there, there's always some energy either going on in the background or right in front of your face that is draining you. So you're not able to come from this place of fullness, richness. It was almost like someone said to you, okay, you can be a light worker and help change the world, but you can't be rich. And when I say rich, I don't mean rich just money. I mean have the richest. You can't have everything. You can't feel that abundant, nourished. Yes, money comes into it. It's like you had to sort of do it from a place of struggle. So that's the old paradigm. Thanks, Anne. I've got my moon time at the moment, so I was thinking I was looking a bit haggard, but I think the lighting helped. So we feel on some degree that we have to sacrifice us, and that sacrifice in the old way meant that it took a lot more effort to put your energy out there. So whether you were a healer or whether you're a performer or whether you are you know, someone that works with people in a caring industry, it could be a struggle, but you were offering your heart anyway. So the new paradigm is, the new wave is that you're not coming from that place anymore. The spirit has made it very, very clear to me. I communicate with angels, I channel angels. And when I meditate, the angels talk to me. And the message has been the same over and over again in the last year or so, is that you cannot come from a broken place to be of service. That paradigm is over. Lightworkers have been through the witch burnings. They've been through the persecution. They've been through the judgment. They've been through people rolling their eyes when you get your angel cards out. You know, that's the recent manifestation of it. It was much more violent and awful in the olden days. We've been through the witch hunts. And so we're used to carrying these emotional, energetic wounds with us, but still in the background or sneakily, you know, under cover doing our light work. And this time that is cleared. It's being cleared for us. And so what we have to do is step up, be fully here, fully out of the spiritual closet, fully here, supported, nourished, feeling our own energy filled up, so that then we're giving from a place of wholeness and we're no longer needing to learn from that wounded place anymore. Great. I'm glad you're relating, Lan. It really helps me when people tell me that, because it's like I'm just in my office talking, right? So we no longer have to come from that anymore. But there's so many people out there struggling with that. And the reason that you're struggling with it is because the new energy hasn't quite reached you yet, and you're not 100% trusting it. So those old wounds haven't fully healed. You're still coming from that place of struggle. You still are trying to go like, well, how do I do this? How do I launch myself out? Where's the support when I need it? And that's because some of those emotional energies that we're carrying, that you're carrying, they are kind of, it's like salt in a wound. The wound is there, and then you've got your own wounds. You've got your own difficulties. So many light workers are completely drained, chronic fatigue, or not even chronic fatigue, just feeling completely sapped of energy and can't understand why. They max out energetically all the time, and then they feel like it's too overwhelming, it's too heavy, I can't carry this all by myself, and they sort of, that you have to go into recovery. So those wounds that are yours, plus the mass consciousness collective wounds, have to be consciously healed and released. And it doesn't have to take a really long time. It's not a lifetime anymore of really releasing and healing. There's nothing out there that says you're not ready, it's not your time this time, this lifetime's a lifetime of suffering, this lifetime you're living out old karma. It isn't like that. The pressure, and you've probably felt this in your dreams, in your visions, even with maybe just getting annoyed with yourself sometimes, where you go, I need to be over this. I need to be past it. I feel like there's something more I should be doing, and I can't do it, and I can't understand why I can't do it. So the 3 steps that you need to take to get yourself from stuck to soaring. The first one is mindset. It's adjusting your mindset to this whole new paradigm. It's aligning with it on a mental level, because it's a mental universe that we live in. So that you're no longer going through these valleys and mountains all the time. That needs to change. And it's not so much the thoughts that you're thinking, it's the way that you're thinking. It's the perspective that you're coming from. So if you've had a long-term belief where you don't believe in yourself, you have to learn a new way of looking at it. It's not so easy as to just say, I believe in myself, I believe in myself, I believe in myself. It's a new way of looking at it. It's like you haven't got the upgrade yet. You've got to be activated in that, but you've got to start recognizing that is outdated. It might feel heavy and real, but it's outdated. It's changing your mindset and recognizing you are not one, you are one of many, and you're a valid contributor to the planet, to the work, to the light. And when you recognize that and really own it and claim it, you'll claim your power, and you'll no longer have to go into that thought system anymore. It's like having old books on your shelf that you don't want to read. Maybe they're your primary school books. You don't need to learn how your ABCs anymore. You're on a different level. So you can chuck that whole program out. So adjusting your mindset. Don't even give it any energy. If you hear those voices in your head saying, you're not good enough, nobody loves you, la, 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 just cancel and delete them and choose some new thoughts. Mindset and aligning your mindset. The second step is drama release. And now I could have called this energy release, but really it's drama release. When you have drama in your life, whether it's a toxic person, maybe that person's in your business, maybe that person's in your life as a relationship, maybe it's a frenemy, maybe it's someone that works for you. Those drama people, those drama relationships, they create a drama within you. And the drama within you is your reaction to it. It's the old story starts. So the old story might go something like this. Oh, this person really annoys me. They're not doing what I want them to do. They're really being unsupportive. They're not caring as much as I want them to care, or they're not giving as much as I need them to give. Oh, well, it's probably me because I haven't got great boundaries. Oh, it's probably my fault. Maybe if I just give them a bit longer. Maybe I haven't been fair, maybe I haven't been a good enough person to them, and that's why they're behaving this way, and it's all my fault. Guilt, 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 drama, drama, drama. That isn't a valid thing to do. That is drama energy, and it's sucking you in and it's sucking your energy. You need to release the dramas out of your life. This action takes a little bit of focus, but it is so worth it. When you clear the drama out of your life, and it doesn't mean that it won't come back in another form. You just got to have to get conscious about what it is, what it really means, and what you have to stop doing, not just to invite it, but to keep it there. Most light workers don't attract shit into their lives. They allow shit in their lives. The toxic drama, you've let it move in like a family of cockroaches, and you're feeding them. What you have to do is say no, and then start waking up that part of you that goes, oh, it's okay. Maybe I should maybe they're God's creatures. That's God. That's a child of God. I should let that person. In fact, I should probably pay them more money or give them more stuff to be toxic on. That's an old thing. It's the old paradigm. We used to give so much more energy to that. It's time for it to go. That singularly, with everyone I've worked with, and especially the ones that have like totally taken off, that's the one action that makes the biggest difference. Thank you, everyone. Are you relating to this? Tell me. Ew, cockroaches. Hi, Dee. So, Dee, you know about cockroach humans, but the thing is, it's not so much about judging them or being mean about them, or even squishing them. We're not about that, but it's about saying, no, I'm sorry. This life, this energy, this business, this part of my life is so important to me that I am not going to allow a crazy maker to come in and drag their toxic behaviors, patterns, their need for attention to sabotage my life. And I am going to do the work to clear the energy of the bit in me that allows this to happen. Is it a parent that you had to placate growing up? Is it your parents didn't have great boundaries, so therefore you sort of didn't learn how to do that? Maybe you've learned, I've got to see the best in people. I've got to see the best in people. I've got to see the best in people. And subconsciously, you're adopting lots of toxic people and trying to heal them and try to bring them into your life, when in fact, they are the ones that don't give a hoot, and they are just playing crazy and draining all of your energy and all of your money and all of your love and all of the good things that you're trying to create. You can't move forward when you have drama in your life. Drama has to go. Some people are addicted to drama. Some people love it so much they think it gives them meaning. And sometimes those people don't even realize they're addicted to it. They think it's just life. This is how life is. There's one drama after the other. And it's almost like a cockroach thing. We've got to get rid of it, and then I'll be fine. And then the next thing comes up. And that's just life showing you that you're allowing it. You're letting it in. And you need to change that pattern and get enough self-confidence and self-worth to say, I value myself enough not to play with that drama anymore. I'm not going to let it have a long-term rent in my life. It has to go. I'm going to put up boundaries. And it's much easier than you think when you actually wake up to what's going on. Dee says, oh my God, they multiply. They do. Jenna says she's definitely relating. Yay, take notes. Yes, and this will be up as a recording as well. Okay, so the drama. We're getting rid of the drama. When you release your drama, you release karma. You've got no idea that when you adopt these things into your life and you're putting up with it, you are creating more of it unconsciously. And that's where Dee is really bang on. You're such an intuitive girl. Well, you're psychic, aren't you? That's what you do for a living, partly. Because it does multiply. What you focus on grows. So whilst you're dealing with a drama and you're talking about it, thinking about it, and saying to your friends, oh my God, I can't believe this crap is going on, you are subconsciously creating more of it and making a magnet to draw some more in. So I can teach you how to clear that, get rid of it for good, so that you no longer have to keep getting rid of cockroaches. The third step to going from stuck to soaring, you need to know that there is a lit up, abundant, prosperous, excited, powerful, divine woman in you. If there's a man listening, I'm sorry, I actually mean the divine man in you, but I can only see women here at the moment. So we've got mostly women on this page. You have to know that that is within you. You do know it, because if you woke up depressed and angry, frustrated, feeling crap about yourself, you wouldn't be so upset about it if you thought that this was just the way it was meant to be, right? If you thought this was just the way it was meant to be, you wouldn't be looking for a way out of it. You wouldn't be frustrated with it, because you'd be thinking, oh, well, this is it. It's your fear that it's here forever that suppresses you. So remember, you can be lit up from the inside, illuminated by your life, feeling powerful, getting rid of all of the things that have been bothering you, and really feeling like you are on a non-stop climb. And it doesn't feel like an arduous climb. It means I'm going higher, I'm going higher, I'm going higher. I'm increasing my income, I'm increasing my happiness. Great things keep happening all the time. Not like snakes and ladders, where you kind of, the old game, snakes and ladders, where you go along and you think you're getting higher and then you go back down a chute, just a snake. And that's not the way it's meant to be. The reason that happens energetically is because you don't hold your power. You're not valuing yourself enough. You've got to learn to value yourself. So the third step is regular, strategic, guided and aligned action. So you have to take steps in the real physical world, not just the vision board, not just the goal writing, not just the letting go and the meditating. All of that is important. That is your foundation. You need that spiritual practice. You need to take energy action, but you also need to take physical action in the physical world that is aligned and guided. And that's where the intuition comes in. I always work with my one-on-one clients. If they're with me for 12 weeks, I work with them to open their intuition, because I don't want them finishing their program and going, I don't know what my guidance is anymore. They know what their guidance is. I teach them how their intuition is already working. So you know what your guidance is, you are aligned with it, and you can keep taking that guided action. You know the difference between fear thoughts, sabotaging thoughts, and your intuitive thoughts, and what's going to get you where you want to go and what is going to hold you back and keep you stuck in that cycle of drama. So regular guided action. You've got to keep taking steps, whether it's a business or whether you're manifesting a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, or you're trying to work on, building a secure foundation for you and your loved ones, or you're trying to build your health back up from an autoimmune disease. You have to take regular guided action. You can't just kind of go, all right, I've prayed about it. Let's see what happens. You are in a physical body for a reason. We're here as material beings. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience, but you've got a physical body. What's that for? It's not just so that we can enjoy yummy gluten-free cakes and coffee, although that isn't, I'm sure that's part of the reason why we're here, so that we can have yummy food, I'm sure. And so that we can do things like swimming in gorgeous salt water, and so that we can go skiing, or that we can travel and look out of an airplane and see the amazing earth beneath, the clouds and the earth from a distance. All of those things are part of why we want to be here. This is why our spirit incarnated. But it's also so that we can actually take physical action. I know so many people who are spiritual that just don't do anything. They're always in the ethers, and God bless them. I love them. But the thing is, we're meant to do something. That's why we feel so good when we exercise, because we are having this physical experience for a reason. And it doesn't mean that we have to burn ourselves out. I know how that is. I did that. Working every hour God sends. I've done that. And I'm coming out of that, you know. I've recovered from that because I realized what I was doing to myself. That isn't what it's about. This is about us taking aligned action. When you take aligned action, you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to be stressed out. You don't have to do tons of hours. You don't have to be, trying to squish a million things. It starts to magnetize to you, and the energy is helping you. The angels are helping you, but you've just got to get the other two things right. Releasing the energy that's blocking you, the drama, and getting your mindset straight. And that's when you come back into your power. And after that, the other stuff is actually quite simple. Life is simple. We make it so complex, and yet it's so simple. So I love working with people to pick out those things that are creating the drama, that are, mindset is so important. You can tell or I can tell when I've been speaking to someone for a little while what their mindset is doing. And usually they know too, but sometimes they don't realize what's serving that mindset, like where that came from and why they're doing it and what that is serving in them. Because usually when we do something negative, it's serving a purpose. It might not be a healthy purpose, but it serves a purpose, right? So we all know someone who feels sorry for themselves on a consistent basis. And we all know that they do that because they enjoy it to some degree. It gets them some form of attention. It also gives them an excuse. It gives them a reason to, if they can blame other people or blame circumstances, it gives them an excuse not to succeed. They haven't had a taste of the magical feeling of being lit up, empowered, valuing yourself to the point that where you don't want to tolerate crap anymore. So they are making do with the scraps of, oh, well, I'll feel sorry for myself a lot and get a lot of attention and express a lot of my unreleased, unacknowledged anger and be passive aggressive. And that will just have to do. And they get their tiny little bits of satisfaction. When you look on the internet and people are trolling or they're being childish, that's what they're doing. They're getting a hit of energy that they're making do with because they don't want to truly be in their power. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be that person. I've never wanted to be that person. And I know that you don't want to be that person, really. No one who has had contact with their higher self really wants to be that person full time. It's kind of like being addicted to the negativity neurons in your brain. It's really toxic. So this is your time now. This is your time. I'm talking to you individually. This is your time. This is where things are so much easier than they've ever been before for you, for light workers. And this is where, when you're tempted to look at that person that hurt you, that situation that feels like nobody else has got the same problems as you, that person that doesn't seems to be in the way of what it is that you want. Maybe it's another successful person and you feel pissed off at them because you want to be successful and you think that they're somehow stealing your oxygen, and they're not, because God has made a way for everybody to be successful, to be happy, to be peaceful, to be prosperous, to be healthy, to be loved. If you want it, you can have it. So this is your time to decide, I'm going to call back my power and I'm going to change these things in my life, and I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to make a difference to me, and that is going to have a ripple effect on the rest of the world. And I cannot truly make a huge difference in the world unless I get myself out of my crap, unless I start to decide that I am better than being a victim, blaming everybody else, carrying shame on behalf of people who were the ones that did the things that they should be ashamed of, not me, right? This is where you call back your power and you can really start to make a change. So that was my gift to you of 3 steps from stuck to soaring, which will make you magnetic, will bring you a sense of mastery and empowerment. And if I can do these things, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm just an ordinary person who made a decision a long time ago. This is what I wanted to do for a living, to work with angels and energy and angel cards and to help people. That was really what the intention was. And I had nothing. My ex-husband pulled up with a giant van to my front door and took everything. And then he drove away, and then he reversed and said, I forgot the salt and pepper shakers. So I started this business 16 years ago with one sofa, a mattress, and a really dodgy massage table. And I had horses, I had a dog, I had chickens, and I had all those things to pay rent for. I wasn't entitled to welfare because I wasn't yet an Australian resident. And I was almost kicked out of the country because husband also rang up the immigration department. And I went from being probably at my absolute rock bottom at that time with no more than $150 in my bank account to 16 years later, I've got a very successful business. I do what I love every single day. Tons of people told me, you'll never make money doing what you do. Who would want to, all that stuff. You know what it's like. You're a light worker. You've been out there. I live in a beautiful part of the world. I have lovely things in my life. I travel. I get to do this amazing work. And yes, there's hard work been involved, but it was mostly because I had to get rid of the crap in my life. I had to get rid of my own mindset stuff. I had to get rid of my own drama. I had to get really super focused to make this business work when I didn't have any other support. And so I've been on like a really strong, it's almost like I've done a master's in manifesting and working with spirit, in connecting with energy and building a business. I've done all of that over the last 16 years, and I'm still growing and learning. Otherwise, I would be up in heaven trying to be someone's spirit guide. I'm not. I'm still here. So I'm here to help. I'm here to help you. And if you can do it, if I can do it, you can do it. I know you can do it. Everybody's got their own story, right? Sending you lots of love. If you would like to work with me, I have space at the moment on my Rich Radiant Angel Healing Immersion. It's massive. It's 12 weeks of working with me, 12 private sessions, including a reading, a guided channeled reading. You will also get follow-up, so you can have calls or messenger texts with me in between sessions if you book them, but we do them randomly. If one of my clients a couple of weeks ago, she was totally anxious. She was doing something huge she's finally bought herself a house. Amazing. But she had this kind of out of her body anxiety, and she's like, I'm really totally ungrounded. Can you help me? And I was online and I messaged her. I did a healing on her straight away. We grounded, and all of that fear drained out of her body, and she was able to go forward. She had an awesome day. Now she's got the keys to her house. Yay. So you get the follow-up. You get a personalized meditation recording from me. I channel it according to what exactly you need. A personalized mantra mindset recording from me. After we've spoken, I figure out what you need, and we do that. You get guided meditations, a library of guided meditations that are only available to Rich Radiant Angel people. I don't sell them in my store. They're not part of anything else. You get bonuses like books and these 12 private sessions with me. Now, I also do a slightly shorter program as well if you wanted to do that, but the 12-week is the best because you get the immersion for 3 months. I'm with you for that 3 months. I'm working with you 150%. I only take a few people on at a time so I can focus. And I've got a space on that at the moment. If you want to hear more about it, what the pricing is, there is also a good payment plan that you can do. Then contact me. I'm going to put the details of my booking contact sales call page on the top of this, and that's a chat about the program, a chat about you and what you need and how that would fit into the program, what I could do for you and how much it is, etc., and how to pay. I'll put the link so you can book a call for me this week or next week, and we can book that in. Please don't do that if you've got no intention of booking on the program. Please don't book in on that booking page if you want a session or a reading with me. I don't do them as part of that, and they definitely aren't free. So, and my program isn't free either. So if you're interested, then just either PM me straight away or use that link to book your 30-minute call. And there's a little thing in there that will say to you, you know, are you willing to invest? What time do you want to have the call? It doesn't matter if on the other side of the world, we can find a time that suits you. So if there's nothing there that suits you, just email me or PM me and we'll find a time when I know what your time zone is. All right, thank you so much, everyone. I want you to soar. I want you to be lit up. I want you to really follow these 3 steps I've given you today so that you can use them to start to build a pathway to what it is that you want to create. Okay, lots of love. Angel blessings. Mwah.